Synthesized chords from keyboards and guitars flooded out of the windows. The parishioners who came to the 11 o'clock service walked down brand-new red-carpeted aisles and rested in cushioned seats. Second Baptist Church of Shepherd Hills was not the only or oldest congregation in the area, but it was respected by many as a Bible-teaching, preaching, and believing church. And it was this respect that Anthony Murdock didn't want to lose. From his seat in Pastor Green's small basement study, he could hear the lively service proceeding above him. The opening hymn, "Hold to His Hand," was echoing through the rafters, and the entire church seemed to shake under the weight of many footsteps stomping in time to the music. Anthony felt his heart pounding in his ears. He looked down again at the letter in his hands. His own neat print glared back. He had written it 3 weeks earlier and carried it around just as long. This Sunday, he would finally give it to him. He wouldn't lose his nerve again. He would give him the letter after morning service, no matter what. Anthony sat limply in the leather chair, questioning his own resolve. 6 months ago, he had been celebrated for his confidence and decision-making skills as the senior marketing director at Shaw Enterprises, the fastest-growing marketing firm in Shepherd Hills. But that was 6 months ago. "You praying?" A little boy in a junior usher's uniform stood in the cracked doorway. "I don't mean to interrupt, but I wanted to make sure I had your introduction right." "I'm sure whatever you have is fine." Anthony smiled. He shook his head as the youngster disappeared. Anthony never did fully understand why the formal introduction always preceded his sermons every fourth Sunday morning. He had, after all, been a member of Second Baptist Church of Shepherd Hills his entire life, all 29 years. Most of the people sitting above him had witnessed nearly every major milestone in his life. His walk down the church aisle to confess Christ when he was 8, his subsequent baptism, his high school then college graduation. Even his marriage ceremony had been celebrated in the small reception hall in the basement of the rickety church. The evening he gave his trial sermon, the pews had been packed. "Everyone here knows me. At least they think they do." Anthony's thoughts raced again. He loosened his necktie a little as the sweat began pooling around his neck. Taking one last look at the letter, he carefully refolded it and placed it securely between the pages of his Bible. "They'll all be surprised," he reflected, while mopping his forehead with the handkerchief he kept in his breast pocket. With a heaving sigh, he stood up, grabbing his sermon notes. He stared blankly at the pages of his own scribbled writing, retucked his shirt, and headed for the stairs to make his entrance into the service. "Lord, I guess this is it. It's all come down to this." Minister Anthony Murdock, the youth and young adult leader of Second Baptist Church of Shepherd Hills, ascended the stairs and entered the main sanctuary. The children's choir swayed in purple robes on the platform facing him, their voices and arms alive with the latest arrangement by the animated director, who clapped louder than all 17 pair of hands combined. "Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine," they sang with all the breath within them. Anthony felt a warm flutter inside as he welcomed in the innocents. Entering the sanctuary of his home church was like walking into a grandmother's kitchen. Here, he was satisfied and comforted. Here, he was loved. As he made his way to the front of the church, he responded to nod after nod that greeted him. Sister Kelly Porter, the assistant pastor's wife, who had taught his childhood Sunday school class. Calvin Holmes, the old deacon who beat him year after year in the annual horseshoe tournament at the church picnic. Councilman Walter Banks, the revered politician who had taken him under his wing and mentored him from his adolescence. I would not have known success if I had not known these people.